Game begin.
In front of me is an Amiga 500, and it's a long time from I seen a box like this. Actually, it was the late 80s was when I last seen a box like this. This is new to me. Obviously it's not a new computer. Those of us who know what it is know just how old they are. Anyway, I've just bought this and I want to have a look and see what I have purchased. The fact that it still has its original box, I think, helps. I can instantly see the SCART lead for some reason. Not sure why that's in the box, to be honest. What else have we got? Audio lead. From memory, the Amiga has 2 audio lead inputs in the back of it, so I suppose you could connect this up to a hi-fi or stereo system. I won't be doing that. I'll run it off a pair of speakers. What else have we got here? Another SCART lead by the looks of things. That's definitely not an Amiga connection. Looks like a Nintendo connection. But I suppose you can never have too many cables lying around. What else have we got? There are old RF leads. Unless you've got an old CRT television or monitor, they're not going to be of any use to me. I'm sure they're of use to somebody though. And there's the old RF modulator. Again, gonna need a CRT to get any use out of that. I won't be using it, at least initially. Never know, I might pick up a CRT at some point in the future, but made in Taiwan. So it's not actually in too bad a shape considering its age. Oh, there's a joystick. Yeah, I did notice this on the sales listing, that there was a joystick with it. Micro switch joystick. That'll be handy. 2 fire buttons. Hopefully they are 2 fire buttons and not just one. There's the 9-pin connector. It is made by a company called Quality Joystick. Yeah, straight from the Far East. Not that there's anything wrong with that. That's where most of our electronics comes from, especially these days. So hopefully that does what it's supposed to do. There's the power brick. And a mouse. Mouse hidden down there in the corner. I'll have a look at the mouse first. That's not the original mouse. I remember the mouse was very angular, like a big rectangle. It is obviously a suitable mouse. It has the correct connector. 2 button. Not very. The buttons do click. So I'll give that a good clean before I use it. These wee balls are notorious for picking up dirt and dust and stuff. Here's the power brick. Oh, it's very yellowed. A bit bashed here and there. Yep. "12 volt and a 5 volt. Now that'll be checked before I ever plug it in. Well, I have to plug it in to check it, but you know what I mean. It won't be plugged into the computer until I've checked it to make sure the voltages are what they're supposed to be. Really down to computer now. Let's see if I can get this out one-handed. Not very easily. Let's try and make some sort of rest to put it on. We'll have a look at the back end of it. Instantly, I see a switch. Which has me intrigued. What's in the hatch? Let's see. A lot of dust. Again, to be expected for a computer that's as old as this is. Don't know how I feel about this. Expansion board. I'm assuming that is RAM. A RAM expansion board. I can instantly see down here, there's a battery, and I have corrosion. I can see corrosion. Yep. Corrosion around where the battery is. And that looks like some corrosion on these pins as well. I really hope it hasn't spread into the motherboard of the Amiga. That could cause serious problems for me anyway. But I'm not familiar with a switch on a memory expansion. Maybe someone can enlighten me as to the reasoning behind that, what it does. Why would you want to switch your memory off and on? I'm not sure. There's maybe a reason for it. Anyway, I'll set that to one side. That won't be going back in, at least not until I make sure it's okay. The pins look okay. Doesn't seem to be corrosion, at least on the parts that are visible here. There may be some corrosion. Ugh, there may be some corrosion down there, if you can see that on the bottom row. Anyway, this Amiga was made in, no idea when. It was made in Germany. Warranty seal still intact. Is that really the case? Don't say that wouldn't be, I suppose. That warranty seal is still semi-intact as well. I don't think this has been opened. I really don't think it's been opened before. It is grubby, but oh look, here's where the switch has been located. And a double-sided sticky. Serious yellowing around the front of the Amiga. It's almost like it had a bad smoking habit, like a chain smoker. It's funny how they yellow like this. That's really quite disgusting actually. I don't even know if it's looking as bad on camera as it is in real life. The camera probably makes it look better. But anyway, until I get it connected up, that's all I really wanted to share with you. I am concerned about this. And the battery in particular, and the fact that it's probably leaked. It has leaked. I'm just really worried now that it has done serious damage to the motherboard. I really hope it hasn't. If any of you guys are wise to this sort of thing, and if anyone watches this and knows what they're looking at, if you could leave me a comment, it would be greatly appreciated. I do really enjoy following all the retro channels on YouTube, and I intend to be making one my own. Not just on Amiga. I started on the Commodore 64 back in the day, then progressed to a Sega Master System, and then the Amiga, and then a PC, and then it all snowballed from there. But anyway, there's Thundercat. Thundercat says hello. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please keep your eye out. There'll be plenty more videos coming. Initially of me cleaning this up and then trying to get it powered up. Catch you all later. Cheerio.